This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com with the daily wrestling news update. NXT, after a couple weeks in the 0.2s, only did a 0.14 Tuesday night, back down to the numbers they were at prior to their regrouping. So you could say the new set got them out of the 0.1s for a couple weeks, so it wasn't all bad. Bobby Fish and Lio Rush are appearing in All Elite Wrestling now. This news came out of the Dynamite show, apparently. Of course, Bobby Fish and Lio Rush, former WWE performers in NXT, I believe. Don't know much about them. I did meet Bobby Fish at a Harley race camp years ago and drove him to the airport before he made it in wrestling. So I'm glad someone's picked him up because he's a nice guy. And I believe he may have even been trained by Harley Race, one of my all-time favorites. But I just wonder, it seems like they just keep hiring more and more and more people in AEW. And Dynamite is what, 2 hours? Is Rampage 2 hours or 1 hour? I don't know. But it seems like they have so much talent and only like 3 or 4 hours of TV a week and no house shows. So I guess they just want to pay all these people to be under contract and they don't care. Very strange to me. And for instance, Bobby Fish, I guess, is getting a shot at the TNT title next week. It seems like a lot of course, Bobby Fish is a lower version. He's not a CM Punk or Daniel Bryan, but it seems like a lot of these WWE guys are coming in and taking places that the wrestlers that were already in AEW maybe deserved more. I don't know. I have nothing to say good or bad about them because I don't actually care enough to watch either product, to be perfectly honest with you. I'd rather research UFO stuff or watch videos on how to work out better and more effectively. Speaking of AEW, though, Jacques Rougeau put out a video today that I also put on this channel of QT Marshall from AEW, and he also is co-owner of the Nightmare Factory, AEW's, I think it's their official training facility. He sent a video saying he's going to be part of Jacques Rougeau's Wrestling Academy show, which you can apply to at jacquesrougeau.ca. But he's a great guy, so I am a supporter of his show. JBL appeared on Rick Bassman's podcast Wednesday night that airs on this channel, Wednesday nights at 10, with Boss Rutin, Sean Ray, the bodybuilder, and Butterbean. And it was interesting. I would like to interview JBL myself, though. So if anyone wants to tweet at him and encourage him to do an interview with me, I think, well, he did answer some stuff that I think the fans wanted to hear. I think I would be more thorough, but still good to have him on this channel. He's given me some plugs recently, so I appreciate people that credit me when they use my interviews for research. Speaking of my interviews, I've got 2 coming up tomorrow, one with Sean Stasiak at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, where he's going to explain what the hell he actually got fired over in WWE regarding these alleged secret recordings he was making. And then the long-awaited one with Virgil at 11 p.m. on tomorrow night, or tonight. I guess we're already on Thursday, so tonight. And then tomorrow night, Friday, Rockin' a Robin at 11 p.m. as well. And this weekend, I am going to be covering the big world-class pro wrestling relaunch event in Wichita, and I'll be getting interviews at this event. Hopefully, I'll get something with Matt Hardy. But Jacob Fatu is going to be there, Rodney Mack, the Sandman, the Blood Hunter with Blaze. It's going to be a pretty good event. Highly suggest people come to it if they're going to be in Wichita. Matches from that event will eventually be released on the Hannibal TV and the World Class Pro Wrestling YouTube channel. And I'm not positive on the status of their TV show, but very likely those matches will also appear on their TV show. I do know that in Dallas on December 11th, featuring the Von Erich boys and Carlito against the Blood Hunter, and Mankind's also going to be there. They haven't put out the official poster yet. And of course, Eric Embry and Kevin Sullivan are the bookers of World Class Pro Wrestling. But I know that the Dallas show at Southern Junction is also going to be a TV taping. Mike, looking forward to the Virgil interview. And by the way, I am friends with the owners at Southern Junction, and I helped hook World Class Pro Wrestling up with Southern Junction. And I know there's another Texas wrestling company which is now out of business, didn't treat a lot of their venues well, including Southern Junction. So I'm glad World Class is in there and going to be more honest with the venues. And they're actually going to run Southern Junction every month, so that's pretty cool. It's a great venue for wrestling. Rampage is 1 hour. Thank you, Jamie. So they only have 3 hours of TV a week. It's been very rare. I can't even remember anyone that AEW has released. So they're just like, it reminds me of like an obese person that just keeps getting fed and fed and fed. But good for the wrestlers making the money. No, their owner has $14 billion. It's not going bankrupt anytime soon. And I'm not hating on AEW, by the way. I'm actually happy that QT Marshall is going to be part of Jacques Rougeau's project. I'm sorry that I'm not a fan of it. I'm also not a fan of WWE. I'm also not a fan of Ring of Honor. I like some of the wrestlers in MLW. I'm friends with some of them. But other than their stuff, I can't really tell you I watch it. NWA, I don't watch. So I'm fairly neutral. New Japan Pro Wrestling, I don't watch. Where is the legendary Piper? Well, she did appear last night. She's sleeping under my desk right now. Colin Crandall from the MMA Power Hour brings up that the Sandman is an ECW legend. And yeah, he was also in WWE and WCW. Thor, could I beat Harry Smith in a shoot fight? Well, he has had more MMA training than I've had, but I have been in more fights. I've been in a lot of fights. It would be a good one. Neither of us are going to do it for free. If someone wants to put up a lot of money, we'll do it, I'm sure, and we can find that out. But as a person, I've been friends with Harry since he was 14 and I was 17. So he's not someone that's really on my list of people I want to fight. SJ likes to watch independent rather than WWE. I agree. Joe says he hasn't seen that old fat guy, Dr. Luther, in AEW lately. I'm sure it'd be in the news if they released him, but he's buddies with Jericho and they want to keep Jericho happy. And you know what? That's their right. My only issue with him, other than I don't think he's very good, is that they brought him in and they tried to call him the death dealer which was my name in wrestling. So it's like, are you trying to throw a jab at me? I'm retired, so I'm not going to fight for it or file a trademark over it. But I was the first wrestler to go by that name. And superstar Billy Graham actually gave me that name. And by the way, I reposted a video of Billy Graham's final meeting with Hulk Hogan last night. That is a video from 2013. I set that meeting up at the WrestleCon that year that I was helping Billy Graham at. Hulk Hogan was aware Billy was going to come see him. He had approved it. We just didn't walk and cut in front of everyone in line and force our way in. I had asked beforehand if it would be okay for them to talk. And for the people that are saying, well, is Billy dying? Is that why you said it's their last meeting? Billy has been in bad health for years, but he's a fighter. And I really hope he lives a long time more. I'm just saying that happened in 2013. Hogan hasn't communicated with him since then, according to what Billy's told me. And Billy isn't doing any more autograph appearances. His health is terrible. I mean, I hope that WWE would use him one last time in Madison Square Garden and really give the first class arrangement so he'd be able to make it. But he's not going to be running into Hulk Hogan anytime soon. And ever since Hogan got that Gawker settlement and got back on good terms with WWE, I haven't heard of Hogan doing any more independent appearances. So yeah, it is safe to say they're never going to see each other again. I hope I'm wrong on that. Somebody says ouch at the 0.14 rating. Jay, regardless of what AEW is doing, don't you think that Vince's track record means he'll find a way to come back on top? Well, isn't he like 74 or 75 now, Vince? When you get to be that age, I don't know. I don't know if you're in touch with what people want anymore. And I do think that when AEW starts releasing people or when their wrestlers' contracts run out, they've only been in business, 2 years now? Most wrestling contracts are at least 3 years, but when wrestlers' contracts start to expire, there's no doubt that WWE will offer some of the stars offers they can't refuse, and they will switch, or maybe they'll be unhappy in AEW. So then when the AEW wrestlers jump to WWE, that will create some excitement. So there you go. Galaxy, Hogan did the Chicago sports show with Ric Flair in July. Thanks for the update on that. So I haven't heard of him at a wrestling convention for many years. But again, I am Canadian. I do follow who comes to the WrestleCons, though, because I usually cover the WrestleCons. I didn't want to go this year, so I actually gave the table that I had to another company to use, and they thanked me by being dicks. But I'm glad I didn't go to it because I'll be honest, I don't like attending conventions. I really don't. I will attend UFO conventions in the future, but I think my days of covering wrestling Hall of Fames and conventions are over. I don't really get enjoyment out of it. And there's so much politics at these conventions. People don't appreciate the work that you do giving their conventions and Hall of Fames and events like that. Publicity. So why the hell would I give all these things publicity when the convention interviews rarely actually make a profit, considering all the costs involved with covering conventions? Jonathan, I have no doubt Ric Flair is going to be at conventions. He's a free agent. So there you go. Rory says Virgil's favorite wrestler is Eugene. Well, I'll give Eugene credit. He did defeat me on Sunday Night Heat, but I was only like 24 or 25 at the time, and he got lucky. And that was in Las Vegas. And if I were to wrestle him again, which I won't because I'm retired, I could beat him very easily because I'm much more experienced now. But I'll let him have that victory. Congratulations to Eugene for that.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow.